And B.J. Upton will stand in, 2 down. Steve, how about a look at what the pitcher's got done?
You keep the ball down in the zone. So many things good can happen for you. This righty just generating ground ball after ground ball out.
And that's not the usual role. You take a look at a starter who now is warming up in the bullpen.
It is rather unusual to see a starting pitcher warming up like this, unless he's just getting some work in between starts. Or maybe they've demoted him, changed his role, and they need him in relief.
They're trailing in this ball game right now, but they want to keep the options open. 2 right-handers warming up.
Well, they have to bring somebody in who's not just coming in to get work, but let the guy come in and shut the door and try to give the offense a chance to come back.
Andrew Oliver is going to be pitching. He's been chosen to take over out there. He deals. Struck him out. He gets out of this with just a little hurt. So they scratch across a run. 3 hits and a couple left on. Tampa Bay, a brand new lead to take to the next half inning. Playing under some nice weather today, at least cool weather. Still need to keep those pitching hands warmed up, though. Michael Young leading it off. For 2 in the ball game.
Okay, with that walk, they put the go-ahead run on base with 1 out in this inning. You've got to be careful right here. Try to get a double play ball.
Now the first pitch. Cut on and missed as he was loading up 0-1. And Steve, you wonder here what he was thinking. Maybe a little too fine just because he had an opportunity to be ahead.
Well, that's what it was.
Swings, hits this one pretty well. Deep right center. Jennings to field this one. Roams over, puts it. Runners on the move. The throw. He slides and safe. Made it to third just ahead of the play.
2 outs now. Those runners are still standing on base. Let's see if he can find his way out of this with the lead intact.
Davis into the batter's box. 2 men on, 2 men out. First pitch to him. Here's a swing and a fly ball to right center. And it's going to be Joyce. That'll do it as they put that one away. They pick up no runs on a hit, and they leave 2-1. Great afternoon for baseball. Happy that you're here with us. Forecast still partly cloudy later. Joyce gets a turn here. He flew out his last time up. Fisher will come in and pitch as they make the pitching swap.
I'm sure they didn't set out thinking, hey, let's pitch all our bullpen guys this early in the game. What do you think, Gary? I don't know. They need this guy to hold down the fort and see if he can't give them some innings.
And a strike to start the 5th. We've got an 0-1 count.
Well, if he can throw this cutter down and away like this, he's going to be very effective. That's an outstanding pitch.
Matt Joyce, not fooled. He'll take it for a ball and even up the count. Here's the pitch. Good spot for the changeup that time. 1-2. Popped him up. Should be an easy play for the first baseman. This one fielded. Davis. 1 away.
Looking back to last year, let's check out where the Tampa Bay Rays ranked in the American League. First in triples, 3rd in stolen bases. And they showed up in the top 5 in doubles last year, a lineup that drove the ball to the gap, and when they hit it down the line, they were thinking 2 out of the box. Good aggressive base running.
He gets Longoria to swing, strike 1.
That's a huge swing right there. He was looking for a fastball, but just couldn't quite catch up to it. Great pitch.
There's a swing and a liner towards the gap in left field. Now it's 2 away. The shot here for Desmond Jennings with 2 down. First pitch on the way. There's a ground ball. That is a base hit. Jennings is on board. State Farm takes a look at the lineups with a pop in their bat from last season. Number 1, the Rangers. Blue Jays in second. In third, the Tigers. Yankees, fourth. And at number 5 on the list, the Rays.
Well, anybody can be pitched to. The problem is with this team, one of the top slugging percentage teams in the league last year.
There he goes towards second. And he's in there at second base.
He gets into second base and beats the throw there, Gary. Now he's in scoring position. Outstanding offensive play.
Thought we might have had an argument on the call at second base, but none from the manager.
Yeah, not at all. Let's see if they can get him home now.
Solid contact made, but that foul ball up in the air is going to be off on the right side. Ball. Tries to saw him off with that one, but he missed. 1 and 2.
The pitcher right there got lucky that ball stayed down in the zone. If that's up just a little bit higher, that ball could have been a souvenir.
And he throws on to first. That'll retire the side. They pick up no runs on 1 hit and leave a man at second. Rays 3, Marlins 2. It's Emos at the plate. He'll get things started off as we go to the 6th. Friedberg will grab a bat and hit here.
Well, in this situation, coming into the game a little bit cold, you're going to do anything you can to get on base. You need base runners.
He singled in his last at bat. Now Martin positions himself. Pitch in the dirt, blocked by the catcher. The 1-0 pitch. 1-0 pitch. Curve swung on and missed. 1-1.
Well, a perfect location right there. When you're a hitter and you see a ball and it's in the strike zone for a long time like that one was, you start your swing early and then it breaks out over the plate. There's nothing you can do to hold up.
One on the way. There's a swing and a drive, deep right field. Taylor's there as he drops back for it and puts it away. And we're going to see Zobrist here. He singled and later scored in his last time up. Here's the first pitch. Took something off, and it swung on and missed. 0-1.
Well, he just couldn't wait for that changeup to get in the strike zone. You can't try to chase it. You have to let it come to you.
Swings and grounds this one to the right side. Foul. Here's a swing and a ground ball. Gets through. The go-ahead run is on.
Well, a guy that just continues to swing the bat well in this ball game. 3 hits right now so far, and he comes with 1 out in the inning. Can it start a rally?
And Chirino's batting. Bounced into a fielder's choice as last time. He delivers. Fouled away. He swings and nails a liner. There's a base hit to left. And he throws it away. Fantastic chance here. It's going to be Rodriguez now. Not an RBI double as last time. Little warm-up action going in the bullpen. That's a right-hander up and throwing.
Well, they're going to wait for the right-handed hitter on deck to get announced, and then they'll probably make the move to the pen.
Ken gets the call to come in and take the baseball as the Marlins bring in their reliever. On the slider, 2-0, and he missed it 2-1.
He must not have eaten for a long time because he was hungry for this pitch. Problem was, it's a pretty good slider. You swing that hard at a slider, pretty good chances you're going to come up empty.
2-1 pitch, a sinker taken for a called strike 2.
You throw the sinker ball to get the ground ball out. He got the called strike right there. If they swing, he's going to get his share of ground balls.
Pops him up and way up there. And it's going to be Young. Out number 2. And the lineups with the most home runs around the league last year, courtesy of State Farm. Number 1, the Rangers. 2nd, the Yankees. The Orioles 3rd. Jays 4th. And at number 5 on the list, the Rays.
We see so many games won with 1 swing of the bat, and this team last year was one of the best at hitting the ball out of the ballpark. You make a mistake, they will make you pay. The bottom line is, there's no one in this lineup that you think is going to be an easy out because they can all take you out.
The 1-1. Lined up the middle. And it's through. Base hit Upton. He scores, counted, and no longer tied. Good pitch down low, Steve, but a better at-bat.
Well, he did a real nice job going down in his swing to get that low ball, to be able to pick up the hit.
So with 2 down, it'll be Matt Joyce. Steve, great determination by this offense. It looks like they may take charge of this ball game late.
I'll tell you what, Gary, we're seeing a solid, consistent, professional approach from these hitters, and it's paying off. An awful lot going right, Gary.
Matt Joyce, not fooled. He'll take it for a ball and even up the count. Consistency matters. Don't give up at bats, and he didn't. Ground ball. Grimmage. Throw on to second base. Forced play. Side retired. And Mayberry batting. He'll start. Things off here in the 7th. Robinson into the batter's box. He'll grab a bat and hit here.
In the chess game that managers play, there's no better for a free pass to put the go-ahead run on first base. That's a mistake, no matter what inning it is.
First one to Taylor. Here's the delivery. That one swung on, hit in the air deep to left field. 1 away now. The runner's tagging from first.
Well, guys, we've got a moment right now. Let's take a look back to the last year's Miami Marlins stats. 1st in stolen bases, 3rd in triples, and they were in the top 10 in slugging percentage, really relying upon that ability to drive in runners from first base and hit the ball off the wall and over the wall.
Davis into the batter's box. Kingery. Morse is stealing. There's a swing, line drive, center field. And it's through. That's a base hit. And with that right-hander warming up in the bullpen here, I'm not sure quite what they're thinking.
Well, with the left-handed hitter on deck, he's probably getting ready for hitters later in the lineup.
Grimmage in the box now. He's 1 for 1 so far. Runners on second and third, one down. The pitch. Swing and a hot shot. And Rodriguez gets to it. One.
With less than 2 outs, this is what you want to do. Think about the middle of the field. Make contact, force him to make a play, and pick up an RBI. Big-time players live for these moments like this, Gary.
Steve, I think from a manager's perspective, he's got to be all smiles over there with this offense producing at this point of the. And this one's up the middle. A run comes home.
Well, you see the pitch down in the zone a little bit, but he got a good piece of wood on it and drives it.
What you like about that at bat is the discipline to keep your head in.
Well, I'll tell you what, he changed locations, went down to the zone. It's a solid piece of hitting.
D'Antona will be coming on to take over on the mound as the Marlins bring in their reliever.
Well, in the late innings, now it's time for the managers to match wits to see who can best utilize his bench and his bullpen to win this game.
On the way. Here's a swing and a liner to left center. And what a catch, a spectacular out. That's an incredible diving catch in the outfield.
Boy, take a look at that. That ball says trouble as soon as it comes off the bat. I couldn't believe he could run that down and make the play. Terrific job.
And we've got Jennings batting. We're trying again here, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here's the first pitch. Oh, cutter just misses. 1-0.
One out right here, up by 2 in the inning. You want to limit base runners and make plays. Try to eliminate the lead runner, but get outs if you can.
Swing and a miss, Desmond Jennings. No contact there. It's going to even it up. Can't make contact on that fastball. 1-2.
Well, just because he's a fastball hitter doesn't mean you can't throw him a fastball. Strength on strength right there, and the pitcher came out ahead.
Swung on, missed, curveball, struck him out, 2 down.
Like chases the breaking ball for strike 3 right there. You got to lay off it.
And Kanzler's in the box. He bounced out his last time. And the first pitch. Can't get him to chase that one outside. Ball 1.
Now second out in the inning here in the 7th. You're up by 2. I think right now you've got to throw strikes. Force them to get base hits. Make them earn their base runners. No free passes.
Young dives, gets it. And he gets there in time, and that will be an infield single.
The pitcher makes a great pitch right here. Heading way out in front of this ball, but he gets just enough a piece of it to put it in play. And with that speed, he just beats it out.
And Geyer's in the box. Flew out last time. Swinging a drive, deep left center. This one beyond him. It's going to be extra bases. And now he's heading for home. And in there, talk about hustle.
Now the hitter makes an adjustment going down on the pitch at the bottom of the strike zone and drives it here.
And you get a run scored if you're in that at-bat. What you want to do is make contact. He did. That pays off.
Ben Zobrist realizes he's got a great opportunity right here to deliver for his team.
You're looking at a lot of determination right now. They are closing in. These are crucial at-bats. Pitch on the way. And he leaves that one alone. Ben Zobrist, patience, and that'll even up the count. Comes set, now the 1-1. He sends this one in the air towards center. And he's there to retire the side. So they score once on 2 hits, 1 man left. Nice job by the Rays. They've got to work their way back, and they've started. Botker is the batter. He'll lead it off here, inning number 8. Here it comes. This is swung on, lifted to deep right field as he retreats back for it and gets the out.
This ball looked good coming off the bat. I thought it would carry a little bit further, but the right fielder able to keep a beat on it, roam back, and put it away.
That ball is belted deep left center. That ball is way back there. And home run, Miami. The production continues. A little distance now, increasing their lead 1-3.
Continues to go well here for the Marlins. Good hitting.
Here's Morse's first look. And that one is in play. Jennings to field it. No problem with that one.
Well, this ball is not the left fielder's play. He's got to back off and let the other guy take it. Luckily, they didn't have a collision.
He had a single in his last time up. And he starts him out. Just missed that one for strike 1.
Obviously getting late right now, Gary, and I think that from the pitching perspective, you'll trade an out for a run at this stage of the game, understanding that for every out you get, you're closer to winning.
1-1. That's upstairs for a ball, 1-1.
Well, that's just some good old country hardball right there. Four-seam fastball up in the zone.
That one's in the dirt. Nice stop. Two 2-1 pitch. 2-1 delivery of fastball. Taken for a call. Strike 2. Swung on and fouled away. Here's the pitch. This one's pretty well hit to deep left center. And in there, second hit for him in the ball game in his 4th plate appearance.
Well, that's the start they want. Right there, you get the first guy on with the inning. No outs. Big things could happen now.
It's going to be Rodriguez now. Drove in a run earlier in the game. It's hit foul by Rodriguez. Sean Rodriguez watches that one. It goes by for a ball to even it up. One pitch, a fastball, cut on, missed, 1-2.
Well, if you're going to get a good fastball, you better pull the trigger a little sooner. You can't be late on that heater.
1-2 pitch coming. Big swing and a miss on a heater. Strike him out, 1 down.
That's a pretty fast pitch right there, and hard to get that much break on it.
2 straight fastballs. He still couldn't catch up with it.
Well, the pitcher comes back with a fastball right after he threw one and gets the K. You know he's throwing gas out there.
State Farm, a look at the teams who recorded the most steals from last season. The Athletics, number 1. The Red Sox in second. The Rays, third. Fourth, the Twins. And at number 5, it's the Angels.
Well, most teams have one guy who can steal bases. This team has a bunch of guys who can run. Last year, one of the top teams in the league at stealing bases. And you think, well, we got one base stealer out. Well, as soon as he gets out, here comes another. Seems like every time someone's on base, they have the ability to steal bases. Way too much pressure for the opposition.
It will be Brad Peacock on the mound as the Marlins bring in the reliever.
Although the steal is unlikely, it's not completely out of the question. They've got to find a way to...
That one's drilled to short. This one into the alleyway. Should be extra bases. And they can't cut it off. It'll roll to the wall. And he's going to try for it. There's the throw. Not in time. He's able to get in there. And they bring him home. Well, in a ball game like this, you make this kind of a play. You had better be safe.
You are in scoring position on second base. This is a...
Joyce hits it into the ground. Grimmage. That's one.
Well, they get the out at first on this play, but the run does come in to score.
So with 2 outs in the inning, here's Evan Longoria. All important production at this point in the ball game. Cut that deficit, keep pushing. That's what they're after. Change up just misses. 1-0. Here's the pitch. Lays off the breaker, but it's in there for a called strike. The 1-1 pitch. Smack that one. Long fly ball, but it's a foul to the left. The 1-2 pitch. Strike 3, swung on. Longoria's out. They pick up a couple of runs on 2 hits. They strand no one. Nice job by the Rays. They've got to work their way back, and they've started. And if you've just joined us, our broadcast of Major League Baseball on 2K Sports with John Kruk and Steve Phillips. I'm Gary. Bottom. Half of the last inning. This is what you live for. Move to the front of your seat and take a look.
Gary, this is why you buy a ticket and come to the game. 2 of the best squaring off. Let's see who can win.
Cishak is called up. He'll be pitching as he brings him into close. Sliders in there. No balls and a strike.
Got to force him to earn it right now. I think you've got to throw strikes, Gary. No free passes. No hit by pitches. Don't pitch him inside. Throw away. You don't want to leak one inside. Give up a home run.
Here's a swing and a ground ball. Fisher. That's 1 down.
went out here in the ninth inning, and obviously in a situation where you're looking for outs, and you can't allow somebody to score, but if you can get an out, do what you need to get it.
And Kanzler's in the box. He's had one hit 4 times up. That's swung on a liner here. And he steps on first. That's the second out.
Well, you know what? You're 1 out away from victory in a very well-played close ball game right here. And listen, you'll take it. A 1-run win is just as good as a 10-run win.
And Geyer's in the box. Last time up, triple home a run. Called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. And he pops it up. Foul territory behind third. And you just saw it, folks. That's going to be the last play of this game.
A lot of fun to call this game. Enjoyable play on the field. The Marlins pulling out a win in a very good ball game.
Now we're going to award our player of the game.
When a lot of guys hit meaningless home runs that don't decide the game, have nothing to do with the outcome of the game, but not in this one. He had only that one hit, but that home run sealed the deal for his team. You can't find a more appropriate reason to be named the player of the game.
And they come into hostile territory, Steve, and take this one by 1 run.
Well, both teams had a chance to win it. Goes down to the very end, but the visiting club outplayed them.
So for Steve Phillips and John Kruk, I'm Gary Thorne. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you soon. And it's low batting. Boy, pitcher needs to get an out here. If you don't, you're going to have the potential. For a very big inning offensively, here's your big-time opportunity to put something up on the board. McGilberry now digging a hole as he comes to the plate. He'll grab a bat and hit here.
As the pinch hitter comes into the game now, it officially closes the book on this guy's day.
First pitch was a strike, 0-1 now. It's the Miami Marlins. Swung on, grounded towards the hole. Picked up by Loney. And he'll step on first to retire the side. And Fedorowicz is batting. Last time up, flew out. And apparently it's time. Obviously a little struggling going on the mound. You look in the pen, they've got 2 up.
Well, let's hope it's not too late. I mean, this guy's out there. He's really scuffling right now. They've got to make the change.
Singleton scored his last time around. Here's the first pitch. Swing, hot shot, and it's in there. He continues to get on base. That's hit number 4 in this game. And a chance now to check out the schedule for the Dodgers. Today is the last game of this Miami series. Nothing scheduled for them tomorrow. They'll get a homestand started against the Padres, a team that will definitely give them a competitive series. That's a 3-game series. Then they stay home for the next series, the Chicago Cubs. So quite a few home games they'll be looking to capitalize. Here's the pitch. 0-1 pitch, a fastball, swung on and missed, 0-2.
Well, that's some kind of pitching. You set up the target on the outside corner.
Smashes that one towards the shortstop. And that's a base hit. Davis on board. Morris is heading home. Boy, I don't know on that count, Steve. Number 1, the fact that he swung's kind of a surprise. I don't know how he hit that where it was.
You're right. On an 0-2 count, you have to protect the plate. Sometimes it's a defensive swing, but sometimes it works out.
Grimmage is the batter, and he needs to come through here with 2 down.
Infield got to play back in this situation and get the out at the easiest base.
And that one's hit. Kemp to field. That's caught. Side is retired. So they pick up 2 hits in the inning, but leave the bases loaded. Miami. And it's Andre Ethier now. He's going to get us started, 8th inning. And he needs to move over that go-ahead run that's at first.
He's got to do anything he can to advance this.
Oh, there goes Asturias. Oh, he has thrown it away, safe all around. Oh, he's on the move for third. Towards center field. Kemp will field. As he just strolls over. Is Turris heading for third base. Out at third as they tag him.
And a moment for Michael Morris to really make a statement swinging the bat, guys.
The home crowd is hoping, and this may be their swung on and ripped towards second. Not in time. Easily safe at first.
A big 2-out hit right there. That's his 3rd hit of the game so far. This man's doing what he has to do to help his team win.
It's going to be, he's running, heading for second. It's fouled off. Hit up the middle. Wow, that was close. Right back up the middle. Almost got him. Throws to first, side is retired. They pick up no runs on 2 hits and strand. Our broadcast, great to have you on board. 2K Sports Major League Baseball on Gary Thorne with Steve Phillips and John Kruk. He singled his last trip. Davis making contact, but he'll foul that one away. Here's a swing and a ground ball. Gordon. Run away. Grimmage gets a shot here. He flew out his last time up. Hit sharply towards the hole, and it's caught by DeJesus. Fisher is the batter now. Walked in his last plate appearance. Swing and a liner to right center. And he's on the potential winning run. Get ready. He's going to try to stretch it.
You have 2 outs in the inning. Your job is to get on base any way you can. Now they have the go-ahead run on base.
It's Russell Martin. Here's the first pitch. It's strike 1. Can't make contact on the fastball.
Well, he wasn't trying to hit a single the other way with that swing. He's trying to take that ball out of the ball.
Oh, he's trying to steal second. This is a swing hit in the air. This one towards Ethier, and he's there to retire the sign. No runs at a base hit. They leave 1 man on at first. So James Loney leading it off. And a home run back in the 4th inning. Mayberry batting. He's going to come on as the pinch hitter.
Well, now hitting for the pitcher in this situation, he just has to try to get on base and see if he can't get something going offensively.
Flew out last time. No one out yet. Runners at first and second. And here's the first one. Swung on and fouled away. The pitch. Swing and a rocket toward short. The second for 1. And there's 2, a double play. How big was that double play? Well, the WPA graph gives us a pretty good idea.
And a moment for Michael Morse to really make a statement swinging the bat, guys.
Now, all of a sudden, this team's got the time. Swung on by Morse. He hammered it. It's gone. Miami has tied the game. This 2-run homer, clutch piece of hitting.
Gary, the Marlins coming up huge right there, tying this thing up. Now they're in a position to take the lead with a clutch hit.
First one to Taylor. Here's the delivery. Taps this one foul to the right. Here's the delivery. Good hard slider, swung on and missed. 0-2. Son of a gun, Steve Yogi was right all along. It ain't over till it's over, and apparently this game's not over.
Well, and home runs have a way.
Swing, contact, Kemp. That one's grabbed, side retired. They come up with 2 runs to pull even.
And there's a lot riding on D. Gordon's bat right here. You can see the determination in his face.
Top half of this extra inning with a batter who could be the go-ahead and maybe the winning run.
Now this is going to be an all-out war right here, Gary. Both guys going to bring their best stuff.
Well, starters usually do their work before the ball game starts, but right now we've got a starter up in the bullpen.
Yeah, we don't normally see it like this, and it may just be they're trying to get some work in for him, or they're saying, you know what, we're going to...
Got a couple of RBIs thus far. Here we go. Here's the first pitch. Swung on, line to right field. And there we go, the winning run on base.
We're talking about a guy who's swinging a pretty hot bat right now. His 3rd hit of this ball game, and it comes with nobody out in the inning.
Fisher settles in, and he is well aware of the possible winning runs on at first.
Well, that last...
This is in the air, straight away left. 1 away. I think there's an issue of how much is left in his tank right here, so that bullpen's going to get active.
You know, it's still early in the game, though, so I'd be surprised if they make this move this early. They may just get him prepared in case.
Davis, he's trying to steal. Strike 1. And he swings and hits this one foul. Boy, he needs to get this out here. You do not want to give up that big hit to the opposing pitcher, especially with that top of the order waiting. Anthony is going to come on as a pinch hitter.
Well, not hard to understand.
And he got Goodwood up the middle. And there's one. Got a tie ball game here, so you got to be ready to react. So they've got both the righty and lefty throwing.
And I suspect the manager's going to use both of them to be able to handle the situations and matchups through the rest of the inning.
Let's see what the RBI means for the win expectancy.
This is where the manager earns his money. Let's see if this move pays off.
He's trying to end this thing right here and now.
Well, any type of base hit now does the trick.
Swung on, contact made. Ethia to field it. That one's grabbed, side retired. They score a run on 1 hit and they strand a couple. And it's Sands batting. He's going to start things off here, top half of the inning. Raymond gets the call to come in and take the baseball as they make the pitching swap. He hit into a double play as last time. Bynum will be called on to pitch. They've decided it's time to bring a new arm into this one. Swings on that first pitch, misses the fastball, 0-1.
He says, I'm going to go at him, but I'm going to go at him away.
Bottom half, extra inning, game on the line. Let's see what we get for a swing here.
Boy, you played this long. It would be tough for either side to lose. Let's see how it plays out.
Out in front on that one, strike 1.
I pulled the string on that curveball, took a little bit off, and had him way out in front.
Contact, that one high in the air, but that's going to be foul down the right side. De La Rosa with the delivery. You're out. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Michael Morris gets struck out.
You know what I like about this is on 0-2, he didn't mess around. He didn't try to nibble to get him chase off the plate. He goes right at him and just gets the strikeout.
It's going to be Taylor. Drove in a run earlier in the game. Swings, and there's a drive. High in the air. Goodbye, home run. This ball game is over.
Walk-off win for the home team, getting it done in extraordinary fashion. Everybody celebrating.
It's time now to recognize our player of the game.
Well, anytime you have 3 legs of the cycle, you know you've had a decent enough game to help your team win. Look, would he love to hit the triple to get the cycle, something that's rarely done in Major League Baseball? Sure he would. But I think if you ask him after the game, he's going to say, look, all I want to do is help our team win. And that's what he did with those big, big hits.
And, Steve, that ought to send these folks home happy.
Oh, no question about it. They get the win in a close game, a lot of excitement and enthusiasm, and ready for the next one.
This is Gary Thorne with John Kruk and Steve Phillips. Hope you had a great time, as good as